Hello, everyone. Just gonna do another little video here. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Hope the wind's not messing with my mic or anything. Um, got a little project we got to do today. Remember the other day I was telling you about bad fuel getting in your system. Be careful where you get your fuel. I think what happened is whenever I got that fuel, I got some trash. I've already changed my fuel filter twice. Um, The first one was on there for about a month, and let's see if I can show you what they look like. That is the canister when I took it open. That's the fuel filter right there, only 1 month old. That should not look like that. All right. That was inside the fuel filter that's only a week old. That fuel filter is 1 week old. It's not too bad, but I mean, you can see a little bit of grime in between the fins. Black right there. I mean, that's sort of okay, but still, for 1 week old, that I don't think that fuel filter should look like that. Um, the problem I'm having is I came home from getting a load and to where I could deliver it that next morning. Excuse the sun. I hope the sun is not bothering y'all. Um, and so I came home at night, got up the next morning, and went to go deliver the load, which is 3 miles down the road from my house. But the truck cranked up just fine. However, I did come in with low fuel light on. Um, but whenever I went to go, like I said, the truck started up fine. And whenever I went to go give it acceleration, it acted like it didn't want to go. It just kept sputtering. It just didn't want to go. I made it out of the driveway, got up out on the highway, and um, it just kept sputtering and it kept blowing white smoke. Um, and then it acted like it got like a little surge, and then it'd go, and then it'd stop and start sputtering again, and then do that several times, and all of a sudden it kicked in, and I was gone. Um, Before I went and delivered the load, I'd stopped and got fuel where I normally get fuel at Wild Bill's, and filled up and ran just fine, perfect. Never had any more issues. So I went back to Indiana, got another load, and ran fine all the way up there. Even that night, whenever I stopped and shut the truck off and got up the next morning and cut it back on, it ran fine. On the way back home with the load, it ran fine. Got home, shut it off, let it sit overnight, and then same thing. When I got up the next morning, it just did not want to go. Done the same exact thing. Well, during the first time, um, I changed the fuel filter because I changed my oil and all that stuff. So I went in and changed the fuel filter. The um, so after I done that one, it started, and that was just the other day. And I haven't taken a load since, and I don't plan on taking another load until I get this problem solved. But I had then it started doing it a couple of times that the rest of that day, whenever I was empty, didn't have any kind of load on the back of the truck. And then the talked to my buddy C Farmer, and he was telling me that he thought that it may be the hope my fingers are not getting in the way here. It may be the fuel pressure regulator sticking. So I went and bought one of those. Haven't put it on yet. I went ahead and, like I said, changed the fuel filter, and uh, I sent him some pictures of it, what it looked like, and he's starting to believe that it could be my screen inside the tank stopped up. Because the next day, he done it several times. Well, yesterday I drove it all around town and over to Tupelo. running errands, getting parts and everything, and letting it sit there and idle, shutting it off, cranking it back up, and it didn't do it not one single time. Um, Today I went to Walmart to get a few things. Sorry about the sun, and it done it once whenever I was leaving Walmart. So right now, we're fixing to tackle the removing the factory fuel tank, and um, I've called around and got prices on a strainer. What I'm being told right now is that the strainer is built into the sending unit. Um, I'm hoping it's not that bad. I'm hoping I can just clean it, because if not, the price they're giving me, I'm looking at probably between $400-$500, which is really money that I don't have to spend right now. But definitely, what we're going to do is whenever we get this tank off, um, I'm going to inspect that strainer, and I'm probably going to end up flushing the tank out somehow, because if that stuff's getting into my fuel filter like that, then it's definitely in the tank. So I want to get all that stuff out as I can. Um, so I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to turn y'all around, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I will try my best to get a little bit of video as I'm taking this tank off. I don't know. I'm supposed to have a buddy come over here to help me, so he might hold the camera for me. But it's got to undo all the lines, drop the tank, all that mess. So I don't know if I can get the phone up in there, but I'll try my best to get some video of that for you. But this is what I've done so far. I went ahead and took that little plastic rubber whatever protective cover off the tank. I've got that out right now, and just excuse this, all the moving around. Like I said, I'm not a professional at doing all this camera stuff, so just bear with me. Maybe y'all get the idea of what I'm doing here, but I'm finna turn y'all around. That is the protective cover right there. I've already taken it off. Get up underneath the truck here. There's my tank. So up in there, I don't know if y'all can see all that. I got to disconnect my fuel. There's the connector for my gravity flow, but I got to disconnect all that. Then let me get up underneath here a little bit more. Like I said, hard and all moving around. Trying to get my old fat butt up underneath here. Right there's the fuel lines. Let's see if I can get up in there. Right there, I got to disconnect those, because I definitely don't want to bend those aluminum fuel line rails. So we got to disconnect that, and then I got to get up on top of the tank and disconnect the sending unit and undo all that. That way I can drop the tank. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, so that way I can start undoing that. Basically, to remove the cover, you had 3 bolts, and they were, like I said, this is a 2012 Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. It's got a flatbed on it, but I don't think that really make the difference. I think I think it's 07 or something like that up to a 13, maybe, I think is roughly the same. But them bolts that I took off, there's 3. Basically, if you're looking at the driver's side, that's how the tank's going to be. So you'll have 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, and they're 13 millimeter. So just take those off, and then these little things right here, they sit on some little fingers on the back. This one, it just fell right off. So that's pretty easy to remove. The rest of this stuff, I'm not sure. This is my first time doing this, so I guess we're fixing to learn together. So like I said, I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna start doing some more stuff. Basically, you just take after you get everything unhooked, because you don't want to damage no lines. You don't want to drop your tank and have some lines hanging up and then end up breaking one of your lines. Um, so so we're fixing to tackle that, and then there's just 2 brackets holding the tank on, and I'll let y'all know what size socket that is to take those off, and then after we get all that stuff, hopefully it should just drop right down. It'd be better if you had somebody to help you hold the tank. Luckily, and plus you want to try to do it with as little fuel in it as possible. I got about 1/8 of a tank in there right now. So if you got a jack, transmission jack at work, basically, I'm gonna use my tractor over and I'm gonna use the forks and just put the forks up underneath the truck, let it support the tank while I'm undoing the brackets, and excuse all the mess. I'm an old country boy living out in the woods, so that's what we do. Anyway, um, but yeah, I'll let y'all know if I run into any problems. And whenever my buddy gets here, hopefully he can hold the camera for me, and while we video some of this taking it off, and then of course I'll also show you what the strainer looks like, and what the tank looks like. And whenever I flush it out, let's see what all comes out. Y'all just wish me the best and hope I don't tear anything up, and let's just hope that it's not as bad as what I'm thinking. I'm hoping this solves the problem. I'm hoping that it's not inside the engine. I hope and pray that's not the case, because I definitely can't afford that. So let's just see where this carries us, and I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. All right, guys. Hope you can hear me okay. I don't have my headset on right now, so we'll see what that does. Basically, like I said, there's where my gravity flow feeds in. Right there is where it goes into the tank. Basically, I'm gonna take this clamp right here off, break it off from there, and then, like I said, I'll undo them other fuel rails, lines and everything, the aluminum ones, and then I can probably get a picture or show you where everything is on top of the fuel tank. I doubt very seriously I'm gonna be able to get the camera up in there while I'm working, but hopefully y'all can get the idea of what all the tank off. Just like I said, make sure you disconnect everything before you drop this tank, because you do not want to damage a line. I'm doing this on Friday, so not many parts houses are going to be open. So if you broke something, you might be sitting here the entire weekend with the truck sitting exactly where it is right now. So I'm gonna get off here and tackle this, and then I'll update y'all here in just a little bit. All right, guys, I'm hoping you can see this okay. It's hard to. Right there is the sending unit. Hope that light ain't messing y'all. Probably gonna have to undo that plug right there, undo these lines, and I'm hoping that's all there is up there. After we get those connected, it's hard to get up underneath here. I got the drive shaft and the exhaust pipe in the way. If the exhaust pipe wasn't in the way, it might make it a little bit easier. You can, I mean, I'm not going to do it, but I guess you could remove the bed, get to it a lot easier, but we're not going to do that unless we just absolutely have to. But I'm fixing to remove that clamp, take them hoses off. Like I said, I'm pretty much having to look in here or just feel my way and try to get this done, because I can't get up in here. But we'll do that, and I'll get back with y'all here in a little bit. All right, guys, give you a little recap what we got done so far. Buddy over here, he's over here helping me. Right now I'm covered in diesel fuel. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna show you what all some of the things you gotta take loose. Like I said, we'll use the tractor, and I'll show you here in just a second. See if I can flip this thing, maybe it'll do right. Alright. Alright, them lines right there. They had the them things was a booger. Tough getting old crawling around on these big old rocks. Alright, so they had to disconnect from lines right there. That little blue thing right there. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you're going to have one of those. Like I said, on my truck, you got two different lines. The smaller one takes the blue one, and the bigger one takes the red one. So we disconnect those. Now we got the tank sitting on the ground right now, and I'm gonna cut you off, then I'm gonna go to the other side and show you what all we've gotten undone from that side. All right, guys, we're over here to the passenger side. Got my little board there, try to help my back out. These rocks poking me, but if this exhaust wasn't in the way, I probably could have got all this stuff done a little bit easier. But let's see here. Anyway, these lines are here. This one, the smaller one, it goes right there. And then, let's see, this bigger one right here, it goes right there. These two lines right here, they go to the what I just showed you a while ago, what you had to take off. Now I got the tank drop, and now I gotta get that plug off. Unfortunately, the connector where you gotta push and release that little thing up underneath there, it's on the other side, on the back side of it. It's hard as hell to get to, but we're gonna try to get that off. Once we get that loose, then the tank will slide out, hopefully. So I may have to jack the truck up in order to get the tank out, but we'll see. All right, let me go around here to the other side. All right, guys, got the old Kubota here. Like I said, just take your forks and get you somebody to watch while you're going up in your truck, because you definitely don't want to hit something. You don't want to hit a line or anything like that. But them brackets right there, there's one that goes right there, and there's another one over there that goes on the back side. And them bolts are on the driver's side. And let's see if I can show you where they went. They went right up in that little groove right there. And there's only two of them. One right there, one on the back side. And they were 15mm bolts. So just take, have it supported, either with the forks, a jack, or blocks, or whatever. And just take them bolts out. And then just make sure that all your lines are loose. Make sure they're not, whenever you go to let your tank down, make sure that they're not gonna bind up on anything and break or rip something loose. Like I said, you definitely don't want to do that, especially if you're doing this on the weekend. We just take those loose, and then everything should drop down. So, all right, we'll get back to y'all in a bit. All right, guys, what we got so far is I got that wire undone and got the tank laying on the ground. Had to jack the truck up. Show what I use. Get underneath there. Old handy dandy Harbor Freight air jack. And what do you call it? I'm done lost my train of thought, but anyway, the safety jacks, whatever. Just be sure you put something in there to support it, just in case that jack was to go. And which, I mean, nobody's under here right now, so but I still don't want it to fall. Still want something to catch it. But anyway, I'm gonna hand the camera to my buddy. He's gonna watch me pull it out. Maneuver it, made to jack it up some more. Guys, first thing I'm gonna do when I get the money is build me a shop with a concrete floor. In the way. Alright guys, there's your factory tank. You can tell that thing ain't been off for a while. And so what we gotta do, I gotta clean this off, so I don't want none of that dirt or nothing getting down in there. And after we get all that stuff off, then we'll take this right here off. and then then we'll see what that sterner looks like. So we'll be back in a bit. Doing right now is just blowing all this dirt and stuff off, and got my air hose, and like I said, I don't want any dirt to get down in the tank, so I want to try to get as much of this dirt off as I can. Whenever you're doing this, have some safety glasses on or something, because that dirt will blow back up in your eye. Alright guys, we just got that off, and then there's that electrical plug I was telling you about. And what you do is just on the end of it, I may show you here in a minute whenever putting it back on, or after a while, but pick up on it and then just wiggle it out. It may be sort of aggravating because it may not have ever been off. But we'll get back here in just a little bit. This piece right here off. You take your screwdriver and let's see here a second. You got these little metal pieces right there to hold it on, and you got that little lip right there, and it sits up underneath that, and it keeps it from turning. So basically, just take your screwdriver. Of course, it's going to be over here. Whoops, sorry about that. It's going to be over here when you start. So just take that, and then take your hammer and beat it. Not hard, just don't break it. And then that should just pull it on around. And then let's see, I get him to hold this camera. I may have to. There we go. It feels like it's sort of spring loaded. So yeah, it's got a spring in it. You take that when you get ready. So we'll do that when we get it back on. Now whenever you're taking this thing off, my buddy C Farmer, he said that you got to be careful because the float's in here, and you don't want to bend that float, because if you do that, then your fuel gauge on your dash is not going to work right. So let's see here. Yeah, hold on a second. Lines that way to move. Alright, so when you get about right here, I see that float. You just take it, let some of your fuel drain in there. And I can tell already that thing looks nasty. Alright. And we'll come right over here. Y'all don't do this, y'all don't feel, and hope nobody reports me to environmental. If you do, then it'll be dried up time I get here. But anyway. Alright. Let's see if we can lay this thing down somewhere. Guys, y'all just going to have to bear with me because I have no idea what I'm looking for. No. And to be honest with you guys, it looks like, I don't know, it seems like I should have another spring right here, but I don't know. Now let me figure this out and we'll be back with you in just a minute. Alright guys, I don't know how good this is gonna show up. Hopefully you can see it. There's some little clips right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Just don't break them clips off. And we got one side up, but then the other side slipped back down. So and just take your screwdriver and just sort of
hold on. Yeah.
pry it up.
Let me put this up under there. There we go.
And I don't know if there's anything at the bottom of this, so I don't think it is.
There's some clips right here. I think there's clips right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some clips.
Yeah, let me see. Like I said, guys, I've never done this before, so I'm just trying to take my time because I definitely don't want to break it. I imagine somebody watching may have done this before, and so if y'all have, don't give me no criticism. Like I said, hopefully I ain't never got to do this again. So, all right, hold this right there.
Okay. And like I said, them wires, yeah. See, cut them clips right there.
All right, guys. What we got here right now, excuse the sun, just whenever you taking it off, you got these wires right here. You do not want to break those. I'm gonna get him to hold the camera for a minute. Let me zoom back out. All right. Like I said, the more I start pulling up, then them wires they get tight on there. Yeah, buddy. All right. Look at all that shit. That is pitiful. That's just in the strainer. So my tank probably looks twice as worse. So like I said, guys, whenever you take that off, like I said, you got, like I said, excuse the sun, you got a clip right here, there, there, there. Pry those back, take a screwdriver, sort of wiggle up. Take your time, do not get in a hurry, and do not break it. You definitely going to have an extra set of hands to get those, so that way you can pry these up. Get somebody to pry these back while you pry those back and sort of wiggle it up at the same time. But again, whenever you start taking that out, these lines, these wires right here are going to get tight. You sort of tilt it, the pump or the sending unit, just tilt it. Then this part right here will slide out. Then you can get it just like I got it sitting right there. Just like I said, do not break these wires right there. So Alright, we're gonna get this cleaned up, and then we'll get back with you, and then probably get to the tank next. Alright guys, what we're finna do is I just put me a little bit of diesel in this cup right here, put it in there, slosh it around. I don't know if you can see, but here.
I'll come around.
I got a little bit of it out, but it's still pretty dirty. We're fixing to blow it out with the air. Put some glasses on. You don't want diesel fuel getting in your eyes. So give me just a minute, guys. Hold on. Guys, if you're gonna use this, use carburetor cleaner. Do not, I mean, if you have to, then I guess you have to, but be sure you clean it up real good. Do not use brake fluid. Brake fluid will get in there, and brake fluid is pretty potent. So if you got any seals or anything like that, brake fluid will eat them seals up. So use carburetor cleaner, parts cleaner, something like that. Come over here a second. All right, inside there, you can see that them little black things there, they're little rubber or whatever pieces. But if you come on the back side right there, I'm assuming that's where the fuel goes into the strainer. So if you look on the inside, it's right there. You see where it sort of flaps up, and then so just clean that area real good, clean the outside. Like I said, get all that trash that was in there, get it out. Don't be stingy when you come and doing something like this. Don't be stingy with a $3 or $4 can of carburetor cleaner, because if you don't get it clean, that stuff gets back in there. Then, I mean, an extra 2 or 3 cans of $3 or $4 carburetor cleaner can be a whole lot better than a $10,000 motor. So just clean it up real good. Then we'll get all this stuff right here cleaned up. And then also what I did, I took my air hose. If you still got these lines on, I couldn't get them off right there. The return and flow line. Take your air hose, put it in there. Blow your lines out. Make sure you ain't got no trash in them. think that's going to... I think that's pretty much going to do that part. Get that clean, and then we'll go ahead and go on to the tank next and see what all kind of junk we find in there. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, what we're doing now, we're just cleaning off around this. Let me see it. I'm gonna show y'all inside the tank. Hopefully y'all can see down in there. Actually, the tank looks good. I don't know if you'll see all that, but anyway, it doesn't look to be. I ain't gonna flush this tank because there ain't nothing in there. I think it all went in the strainer. So, but we are cleaning off around here. I don't really want to, since I'm not gonna flush the tank, then I don't want to waste that diesel fuel. So we're trying to clean all this stuff out right here, and basically the way you can do that is get all that dirt to keep it from getting down in there, because if you put the sending unit back on, you're not going to be able to get the dirt out right here. So we're fixing to clean all that up, and I'm going to show you, I've already got a little bit, but I'll show you how I'm doing some of that. And basically you just take your shop vac, take your little flathead screwdriver, and sorry if it gets loud, and just hold the shop vac up and just scrape away that dirt. And let the shop vac suck it up, that way it don't go back down into the tank. Hold on a second now. Just get you some rags. Take the carburetor cleaner and spray it on the rag. Get it all nice and wet. That's what she said, wasn't it? Alright, anyway. Just take it and just try to clean it up the best you can. It sort of burns if you got a cut on your finger. We're not going to get this perfect, brand new, but I do want to get as much of this dirt off as I can. And just take the shop vac, get whatever broke up. Alright guys, we're gonna finish getting this tank cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and put that sending unit back in. I'll show you whenever we get ready to do that. Sorry this video's so long. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I'm trying to get everything that I can. So if any of you ever run into this problem, then trying to show you how the best way to do it. Well, it may not be the best way, but it's the way I'm doing it. But maybe you find somebody else that does it, and then you see mine. And that's the thing, is that's the point of watching these videos. If don't just take one person's advice. Watch several different videos. One way may not work for you. Another one may work better. Somebody else's video may work better than mine. Maybe you can take between the two of us and put them together, and then you might come up with your own way and make it work good. I've done that several times. But like I said, we still got a little bit more to go. I apologize it's such a long video, but hopefully I hope this helps somebody out if you ever run into the same problem. Hopefully you never do, but if you ever have this problem, then hopefully this will help you out. All right, we'll talk to y'all in a bit. All right guys, we're finna put this strainer back on. I cleaned it out. Like I said, I'm hoping that was the problem. If it doesn't fix it, it definitely needed it. So, but I'm hoping that fixes my problem. Otherwise, we may be doing this again to replace this whole thing. I don't know, or we may have to see what other thing we got to do. But actually, we'll come back in just a minute and put this on. Let me finish cleaning this up, and then we'll be right back. We're back, got that cleaned up. That little metal piece on top. We're gonna put this back on. There's only one way it can go back on, so really you ain't got to worry about that, screwing that up. Just be careful putting this back in here. Again, make sure you don't break them wires. Get these lines up here. I think I'm putting it back on right. I hope so.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's right. Put that back on there. Make sure, like, again, I can't stress that enough about them wires. Make sure you don't break them. Make sure you don't pinch them. And just pop it back down into place. And then that should be good. So we'll walk over here and put this thing back in the tank. Alright guys, whenever you put this on, make sure your lines go over this way, because you got the little tabs and stuff they sit in. So just take your level, fuel gauge level, put it in there, and then try not to bend it. Put all that stuff in there. That's it guys, I hope I'm doing this right. Actually, I had these turned. Alright, whenever you put it in here, your float is going to be going that way. And then the plug right here, where you plug your electrical, the sending unit part, that should be facing the driver's side of the truck. If these lines are not messed up like you just saw me do, they were sort of turned.
So like that way, so I was trying to put it in there, but they'll turn around. So just get that, level up, and I just gotta try to figure out how this part goes on. Yeah, I think you got a little tab right there. Come right here for a second. That little tab right there, I think it just sits in that groove right there. And then whenever you got to push it down because it's spring loaded, and then you'll take these little pieces right here, and then I don't know if y'all can see how you got thinner right here, wider right here. You just put the wide part around all of them in these little clips. When you get that down in there, you'll take this little metal piece and you'll spin it, lock it back in place. So just take that thing and turn it a little bit. Right there, hold it down. Alright, see how them little metal pieces right there are in that big spot? So take it, and they'll try not to get my hand in the way so y'all can see, and just turn it. And then I may take a screwdriver, and then because you want to get that lock back tight, take a screwdriver, put it right there on the edge, and just, and there it is, locked back into place. So my buddy's he's fixing that to leave. I may go ahead and put this tank back in. I don't know. If not, wait till tomorrow. If wait till tomorrow and he comes back, I might show you putting it in. If I decide to go ahead and do it myself tonight, I probably won't do no more video of it. But it's fairly simple. It's just, well, I'm not gonna say simple, but it's basically just reverse of what you did when taking it off. Just make sure, probably what I'm gonna do is put it back up underneath there. Before I put it back up, I'm gonna go ahead and plug all my lines back up, as many as I can, and just plug your electrical line up. And then them two, like I said, you can't really cross anything because you got a smaller line here, a bigger line here, so there's only two lines. And then your electrical line goes right here for your sending unit. And then come over here for a second. Just take these and then here, come on up here a little bit, you can see. Just take these right here and put them down in these clips. And then, like I said, they'll sit right there. And then whenever you get it put back up, like I said, get that put in, raise it back up, put your brackets back on, and then you hook your filler neck back up, and then put these lines right here. Again, these two lines, you can't cross them because one's bigger than the other one, so you don't have to worry about crossing. And one of them's your fill and the other's your return, so whatever it is. But anyway, again, I'm sorry for the long video. I hope this helps somebody out, and y'all just wish me luck and hope this solved the problem. I'll post another video letting you know if this did solve it, and if it doesn't, then I guess we'll be working on something else. But just wish me luck, hoping this solved the problem, all that trash that was in there, because it definitely couldn't help. So we're gonna go ahead and get off here, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. As always, y'all be safe out there. Semper Fi. Alright guys, I'm back just for a little update. I made a mistake, so just get y'all, don't get in a hurry about doing things, and whenever you take things off, try to set everything together. if luckily this right here wasn't that big of a job as far as parts and stuff laying around, but if you was doing something like tearing the engine apart, like whenever I done my Jeep, replaced the engine of my Jeep, if you're not sure exactly where bolts go, put them in a Ziploc bag and label it, and where everything goes. But what I did, I forgot to put this little seal on, so we're fixing to do that real quick. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I figure we just go ahead and just do it. I don't think it'll hurt anything, so y'all don't watch this much, it shouldn't hurt you to watch a little bit more. Like I said, whenever you turn this, that's spring loaded, so it's going to pop up. And so just...
You might not have to take that off, just run it back over your lines and...
Nice. I don't want to stretch it. Like I said, just whenever you're taking this out, don't bend your sending unit. So just take this, just slip it back over there. Yeah. Alright. I rubbed it up against the tank so there's any dirt on stuff, just try to get it back off. Don't let that seal drop off in there. Alright, get a little bit closer. This seal sits in that little groove right there. Just sit it in there, and then, like I explained earlier, just line this piece up, make sure your electrical's coming towards the driver's side. These tubes are facing towards the passenger side. Just take it and press it down on there. Line them up on them clips. Yeah, that's a tighter fit since we got that seal on there. So just take it. Almost around. Alright guys, let's see here in a second. So whenever I put this back on, see that little hump right there? Right there. That'll go back, there'll be like a little lip right there, so you need to slide them back up underneath them so that way to lock. That way going down the road, vibration, all these rough roads that we have to drive on, it doesn't work its way back loose. So just get that, and then again, so hopefully that'll be the end of it, unless I show you a video putting it back on. Like I said, again, be safe out there. Y'all take care. If there's anything that you want to know about what I did with this, leave it in the comments, and I try to answer it the best I can. If I can, I try to find out for you. Hopefully I can, but like I said, there should be other videos, hopefully, of people doing this, so maybe you can take mine and somebody else's, put them together, and maybe fix it. But y'all take care. Simplify. All right, guys.